Yes, everybody, welcome back to Football United TV. What a scorching day it is today. The current bun is definitely shining in the sky. I hope you're enjoying it and soaking it all up, people. This is the Introduce Yourself show. I'm here with none other than Maisy from Devils United, and we're going to talk all about how she started the content and how it's going and why she has a love for Man United. But before we get into it, you know what's coming, the intro. Yes, everybody, welcome back to Introduce Yourself. Today, I'm joined by a very special guest, and I also would like to say a beer drinking companion, might I say. Definitely. Is that cool? Throw
You
that
can
out.
say that.
Yeah, you agree with that. You're down with that. Okay. Beer dog, brew dog, especially, isn't it? That's the thing. Maisie, Devils United. How you doing?
I'm very well, thanks, Matt. How are you, my brew dog buddy?
Wow, brew BDB. We're BDBs. There you go. Brilliant. Brew dog buddies. I'm not too bad. I actually really do fancy a brew dog right now. That would be brilliant. There are other drinks available, by the way. I'm not just trying to sponsor that specifically, but yeah, it's a glorious day. How are you? Like you enjoying the weather at the moment?
Well, I must be one of the most weirdest people about right now because I'm wearing a jumper.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That I did look at that and I kind of thought, Maisie, well, you must be in a cool room right now. It kind of does look cool and chill. Mine's just the sun is literally just blaring through the window, so I'm sweating buckets.
I've got literally a studio light right in front of me.
Yeah, there you go. That's why you're wearing a jumper then. You're very fresh, Maisie, very fresh. So
I
let's,
like to think so.
yeah, definitely. Let's rock and roll then. Let us know, Maisie, when and why did you start making content? Like, why did you start doing this fan channel, and how is it going so far for you?
It was around the Euros last year, the Euro 2021.
Mm-hmm.
I was just on Twitter casually one day, and Rich from Rich Sports contacted me and asked if I wanted to go onto his channel, and he said for a podcast, and I thought, uh, what's a podcast? I've never done a podcast in my whole life, and I was there thinking to myself, I have no clue what it is, but I said
I
yeah.
thought it might be like a games console when someone first
Could have
told
been,
me. A
yeah.
podcast? What's that? Like,
What's
is this
that?
the new thing out? Nintendo podcast?
But I said yeah. I said I'd go on. I'd done my first show with Rich. I had my camera off because I was thinking I have no clue what I'm doing. I was too shy to show my face. I wouldn't show my face on a podcast for about a month because I was that nervous about how I looked. Um, but after that night, when I went on Rich's first ever show, um, that's when I met Talk MU. He found me on Twitter afterwards, and he said to me I'd done really good, and he invited me over to go on to Stephen's channel. And then after that, I was on Stephen's channel regularly. I was on Rich's regularly, and then that's when I met other people. I met Yaself. I met the Man United Agenda. I met Leicester Till I Die. I met a lot of people's different channels. They all asked me to come on to their channel to talk about my views about Manchester United, about the Premier League in general. But one day, Chart said to me, have you thought about doing your own channel? And that's when I said, no, I haven't thought about it. I don't know if I'd be any good. But he said you should do it. You'd be absolutely great. And the thing is, I was just comfortable enough just going on other people's channels. I've never hosted in my life. I never showed my face at that point on a camera. So that for me, I was full of nerves to think what's going to happen. Is people, once they see my face, are they going to feel the exact same about how they feel about my views there and then? But I think before I started doing the podcast, that's when I started showing my face about a week or two before. And I was getting quite a good positive comments of people saying they was glad that I finally showed my face, because it was just that little picture of me all done up. So you could finally see no makeup me with my hair scraped up.
El Natural.
Yeah, that's it. And then I thought I can do this, so I could do the podcast. And then I got advice there from Talk MU, and I went from there with my podcast.
You let us know now how many subscribers you've got since.
I set my channel up, it was around August, so it's about a week or two before the Premier League started, and that's usually around mid-April, is it? It usually starts. And I am officially on. I'm going to get it up on my YouTube studio as we speak. I am currently now on 1,526 subscribers.
Smashed it, Maisy. You see, it's brilliant. It's persistence as well, and the fact that you've had so many good guests coming on. You don't just talk always about the same thing. Kind of like us, you know. You're not just Man United based, are you? You're doing the watch-alongs tonight as well for the Euros, ladies. So honestly, it's so impressive what you're doing, and the people that you're reaching out to and pulling in as well that really do like your channel too. And it can only skyrocket from here, can't it? Don't you think?
Yeah, and the people who has come on my channel, they have eventually became friends of mine. Me and you have became friends. Me and Talkers became friends.
Yeah.
I became friends also with John Sinclair. Just me by asking him, will you come on my Newcastle preview? And ever since then, we've been doing weekly shows with one another.
Exactly.
That it's flowing so well. And this is the thing about YouTube. You get to meet so many different people. You get to hear so many people's different opinions. Like, I never met a West Ham fan before, and I asked him on my podcast, and I've been friends with him ever since. And he lives in Canada, and we're still managing to talk every single day, and we're hearing about each other's transfer news. So things like that, it's so great.
Do you know what as well? I think you made a good point. It's meeting people as well from this, because you know, any way you can meet and find new friends, why not? Let as many people as you can into your life if they're decent and nice people and people that you do get on with and flow with. I think it's very important, and I think that's another reason why I do this, because it's just great to reach out to people and to help people and do shows like this and let people know if they're in the same situation as you, Maisy, where you didn't feel like you wanted to do it, you didn't feel comfortable, that actually you should go for it, because it's good for your mental health. You can find yourself within it, I guess, as well, because you realizing you can do something that you didn't think that you would ever do before, right?
Definitely. And you probably remember the first time I went on your channel, I had the camera off on that one as well. Your first ever podcast.
You did. But it went down like a storm. Do you know what I mean? And I think ever since then you've had it on. So you got to go over that hurdle. Yeah, I mean, everybody was like that. I mean, I'm like that. Look at Talk now; he still doesn't show his face.
But Talk's doing brilliant as well with what he's doing behind the scenes, what he's doing with his own channel as well.
Oh, he's amazing. Trust everything that you know, the graphics on here as well. It's all done by Talk, and he's really helped us, me and Marley, out, especially like coming back into the game. So got to thank him so much, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, man. It means so much. I'm pretty sure same with you, Maze, as well. He's been that influence, and he Talk MU.
Certainly, it has given me some great advice along the way.
exactly. He's good to talk to. Just go easy on the Bombay mix at the moment, talk because of the heat. You know what I mean? It's I know he loves Bombay mix. Gotta love a bit of that. So going into how you started supporting Man United, Maisy. Now I'm pretty sure everybody in the chat will be wanting to know how you got involved with supporting Man United. So fire away, Maisy. When did it all begin?
Mm-hmm. All my family are Man United fans. My dad is, my granddad is a Man United fan as well. So you grow up around you supporting the club. Like not like my mother doesn't like football. My auntie doesn't support football. My sister doesn't. But I started watching it one day when I was 6. Rude Van Nistelrooy. That was my earliest memory watching Rude. In his final season, and I was literally watching him real amazed, thinking, wow, it just seemed like one of them players where you could watch him all day, every single day. The way he just, how he is in terms of his goal scoring, his tricks, he was fearless as well. And I think him in particular, it made me grow to love Manchester United. I think, of course, if I was to like football anyway, it would have gone to Manchester United, just knowing what the family roots are. But it was good for me to actually see it for myself. I got my first top when I was in around 14, maybe. And the person who I actually got on the back was Robin van Persie.
Interesting.
Yeah, Robin van Persie was the first player I got on the back of my shirt. Do you know that white away shirt with the collars on? With the collar on, the black collar? That was my first ever United top with Robin van Persie. I had a big admire for Robin van Persie as well. I think that he seems such a humble man, which I really liked also, because I like players who are quite humble towards the fans and the players, and I think he struck me as one of them kind of players. He give himself 100% every single game. I'm not saying no one else done that, but it was just him in particular what I really loved. And that goal against Aston Villa, wow, I was literally in so much amaze.
Was that from Rooney? Yeah, when he pinged it over and he volleyed it. Yeah, pretty much the goal that won.
That won us. Yeah,
it was amazing. Absolutely, probably my favourite goal of that season. To be fair,
I'd have to agree with that one. To be honest, absolutely sensational, and I can still remember that goal playing over in my mind all over and over and over again. There's a couple of memories in the past what I've seen you have with Manchester United, like the bit of the rivalry between Arsenal and you have some bad memories there, like Manchester City winning the league, which was a nice thing. But what is crazy for me is the fact how much passion and how much love you can get into one thing, how much you get truly invested in. And that's what I also love about football, how invested I feel into it, because I could literally talk about football for hours and hours and hours on end. But I think a great memory, this is not watching the football, was the 2013 parade by Manchester United when we won the league. When Sir Alex Ferguson's final years. I was about, I must have been about 12 then when that parade was, and I asked my dad if I could go. And my dad said, "Yeah, okay, we'll go." I went after school. On Dean's Gate waiting, and I was there thinking, oh, there's Van Persie as he waved at me, and then that kind of person as I am, thinking, yeah, look what happened. And then where it finished, there was loads of carnage going on. You could see people trying to get over the fences to try and see Man United because they wanted to see the players and to see the trophy. Yeah. And then afterwards, because there's a City store outside, like where the Arndale is, people was literally like damaging it, chanting "We're the champions." That is And to have that as a 12-year-old, even though some of the stuff is bad, you also see it as a good memory because of what the back story of it, because we've won the league.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, that's probably something that just made you think I need more of this. Like and unfortunately, we haven't had much of that since then, have we, Maisy? But at least you got to experience it, like, because otherwise, if it had been a year later, Maisy, we never would have. Have we had a parade? We had a parade for the European Cup, I guess, when we won Europa League.
I'm not too sure if we did, but I didn't attend it anyway.
I don't think many people would have. Unfortunately, we want the biggest silverware, don't we? Let's read up some comments. Realist United, big up, mate. Here for it. Solo from the Man United agenda, big up, guys. Brush here with his popcorn, big up, Brush. Realist says, yo, hope you all good. Congratulations on the 1K, Maisy. Big up. Matthew Bassett, evening all. Big up Matthew indeed. Big up Maisy and Matt. And big up everyone in the chat. Realist says big up Matthew. Matthew says big up Realist. There we go. And Realist says I'm supporting United 24 years now since I was going on 8 years old. Realist, let us know. Let us know your first memory of liking Man United and being like, yes, this is the team for me. Definitely the team. So yes, you were saying, Maisy, as well, about your roots with the club. You say your family's United supporters. You said you know some City fans as well. Did you ever get pushed maybe towards the Etihad?
No. Even though that's actually my local club, the City Ground, believe it or not. I'm in between. I don't know if you've heard FC United.
Yes.
But so I'm in between both the City Ground and in between FC United. So really, Man City could be disguised as my local technically. But I know a lot of City fans from school, like from work, college as well. But I never got like pushed into liking Manchester City. I don't think my family gonna like me to support Man City.
They're definitely United supporters, right? Your family, pretty much. Majority.
Pretty much. Everyone's a United supporter in my family, that's for sure.
No rares in there, like a Derby or like, something strange like Preston or something.
No.
I don't know. No, everyone's United.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's really important to the people of Manchester, isn't it? Like football and taking pride in your club. It's not just football, is it? It's life to people, right?
And the thing is with where I am from as well, it's literally the roots of Manchester United. I'm born, bred Newton Heath, and that is the roots of Manchester United. That was who Manchester United was before they become Manchester United.
Golden green.
I've got that shirt as well.
It's a beautiful colour.
But that in the kind of respect of being a Manchester United supporter and even being in the same kind of roots what Manchester United used to be, when you look at that green and gold shirt, and I don't know why, but I feel a lot more prouder to wear that shirt than I would any other Manchester United shirt, because as much as it defines Manchester United roots, also defines my roots as well.
Yes, it's historical, isn't it? It makes you feel like kind of like you're living in that era. Like I remember when I was very younger, I had a Pele and a Maradona, like classic. I had the classic 86 Maradona shirt, like proper nice fit. And I just felt of that time. Even when I went football training, I just was, I don't know, acting like I was an 80s football player. I don't know. It was just something about wearing retro shirts that are really old, or they have like real historical meaning. Really says, well, I live in Trinidad and Tobago, and Dwight York, big up Dwight York, is from here, but my favourite player is kind of not popular. He is to me. I like Yapstam. Did you like Yapstam?
Yapstam was superb, and you know what? A lot of people are talking about the John Terrys, people are talking about the Virgil van Dijks, but for me, even above Vidic and Rio, Yapstam is the greatest centre-back I've watched in terms of, I know like he wasn't there when I supported United, but I've watched whole games of Manchester United in the past, and you still get to see Yap stand perform, even if you don't see it live. You still get to watch full games. And for me, I genuinely think he was the greatest centre back in Premier League history. But because of the length of time he was at Manchester United, he would never be considered because of he was there for about 3-4 years compared to how long the other players have been there who get a lot more recognition.
But no, I'm going to go with you on this. He was a part of the team, the greatest team that the Premier League has seen by winning the treble, right? Unless anyone tops that, then in my eyes, that's the greatest team in the history of the Premier League. And he won it. So that year, he had a tremendous year. He's got to be in contention at least. I'm saying. I'm not sure who I'd say, but he definitely would be my top 3/5, and he probably would be top actually if I had to really think about it. But I'd have to do a lot of thinking. It'd probably take me an hour. Definitely King Eric as well. What are your memories of Eric Cantona? Because he was monumental, especially for me as well. My age, that's when I started supporting Man United, probably when he came along, and Ryan Giggs just coming through.
Yeah, King Garrett though, he was another one where I wasn't able to watch him live, but I've watched whole games of him, and he was so great. I think when you look at the Manchester United, when Eric Cantona first came in, he was the one who helped us win our first Premier League. Like we was the history of the first ever Premier League winners. Yeah. So you look at that, we had such a young squad of the class of '92 coming in, like the Neville brothers, David Beckham, Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs, and with the squad being so fairly young, I think the likes of Eric Cantona coming in, being that strong representation, being that captain material, being that person up top who wouldn't be afraid to turn around and say, "You do one," or he has that strong will on him. He has that winning mentality. He wants to do better. He wants to do better every single game. And I think that kind of mentality, what he brought onto that squad, the mixture of youth, and he is that courage and success, it brought it together to bring one brilliant team.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Cantona was amazing. He's still kind of like that right now. His character will never change. He's always like that, even if you watch interviews recently as well. Actually, if you watch some interviews, I think it was joe.co.uk, maybe one of those channels, and he had an interview on there, and it was amazing, the sort of person that he is and how he feels as a person. It's incredible. It's actually something to really check out if you want to go and check that out, because honestly, it will change your perception on him if you don't like him. Realist says, don't say greatest, the Arsenal fans will cry with their gold trophy. Fair enough. What are you making of United at the moment? I know they're out in Thailand and then they're heading off to Australia, and the transfer window, you've probably been talking a lot about it. What do you make of Ten Hag's start at the club recently?
I do really like Ten Hag. I admire the manager he is. I think he's very strong-willed. He is a manager who wants the best from their players, and he wouldn't be afraid to drop him if that was needed to be. And he's had experience in being in the board before, so he knows how that works. And the way he has said, "Well, I want this from the board. I want this, and this." It shows the kind of character he is. I think in terms of Manchester United fans, I think they do need to be patient. He's even said it's a plan, what he's got in place. So that already strikes to me. Don't expect winning the league. Don't expect finishing second place straight away. You need to give the man time, and you need to give the man patience. What I like about the signings, what we've made so far, it's signings who suit Eric Ten Hag. It's not signings who necessarily is going to go to get us a lot of shirts. Who's going to get us them PR kind of play like them PR players, but the players who you know he's going to put 100% in, who Ten Hag has seen and thought, right, that's it. I think he's going to do so well. And I know we don't particularly want a left back. I need a left back, but it shows that with the left back, he isn't convinced over that full back area. And you look at he's got Ericsson coming in, and I think that's also a good thing because you need that bit of competition for Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes is, as much as I love Bruno Fernandes, but he's been far too comfortable in that number 10 role. And having that little bit of competition in Ericsson, despite him being a little bit older than Bruno, he's so humble. He puts that 100% effort in, and he's in his best form ever. So he's got a bit of work to go on to there, Bruno Fernandes. So I think both of them are great, but we need to strengthen the first team, not just strengthening our bench. I'm hoping that we do get something more by the time it gets to the start of the season, but for now, I think we need to be very, very patient with him, and we know what our fan base is like sometimes.
We do, but you know what? I think I kind of think like the board, or maybe not the board, the people that are running this behind the scenes trying to help him aren't really helping him. It's taking far too long. Like Ericsson's a free transfer. I know the medical is going to take a bit longer because he's the problem that he had in the Euros. You've got to take extra precaution on him, especially. So I know that's taking a little bit of time, but the De Jong thing's taking so much time. The Anthony thing's forever ongoing.
Martinez.
We didn't get Timber. Pau Torres is the one that the scouts have said that they see him as probably the best defender for Ten Hag, but he wants apparently Martinez, who is a bit shorter than Torres. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll just see. But it seems to be taking a long time. They need to back him, the people that are trying to help him with the transfers, I think, because it is taking a bit too long. De Jong doesn't seem right. I know it's probably going to happen eventually because Barcelona are buying a lot of players in, but they haven't actually sealed the deals yet because they're waiting on cash for outgoings, and that's how they're going to be able to afford it. Sorry, Chris, I know another Chris Paul, and he supports Liverpool. That's why I was wondering. So it is big up Chris Paul. Why the quadruple? Do you think Man United are going to win the quadruple, Maisy?
No.
Does it count as a quadruple if you're in the Europa League?
Well, if that was the case, then Liverpool fans could say that they won the treble several years ago with the UEFA Cup, the Carabao Cup, and the FA Cup.
Right. Yeah.
So,
I don't know if I count it though. Do you count it?
no. No.
Because I think Liverpool have done that a few times, haven't they? Where they've won like the Europa League or the UEFA.
That's what they've done, and you can't class it as a proper treble. As much as it is a treble, you can't class it as a proper treble.
No, yeah, the old school and probably still new school quadruple would be winning
everything.
Everything but the Champions League, not the Europa League, because that would be a step down. There'd be a step down in competitions. You want to be the top of everything, top tier of everything. Not, it's no point in you saying you won the quadruple because you won the Europa Conference League. That doesn't sound very entertaining, does it? You wouldn't be the happiest. Chris, you all right? Says Realist. Yes, I'm a big Manchester United fan. Realist, I have a question. Are we wasting time on De Jong? Because this is peeing me off now. I nearly said it. Peeing me off now. It's too long. Maisy, go ahead. Help the Realist out. Give him some satisfaction.
In my opinion, we should never put all our eggs in one basket in terms of a player. If we are wanting a midfielder, which we so desperately need, we need to be looking at more than just De Jong. As much as Ten Hag wants De Jong, we need to have other options and say to Ten Hag, right, if we can't get De Jong, name your other 4 midfielders who you'd take, and we'd look at them also and try and put some bids in. I think this is going on way too long now. I think I agree with the Realist. It is taking far too long. And personally, for me, the reports ain't that good. So I would literally walk away and I'd move on to a different midfielder. There isn't just Frankie de Jong in this world. As much as I think Frankie de Jong is a great midfielder, there isn't just Frankie de Jong. There's perfectly brilliant midfielders elsewhere who is more than happy to put on the Manchester United shirt and put on a terrific performance.
Do you know, I'd love to see. I can't remember the name of the other guy. I know we've been in for him from Wolves. Can you remind me?
Ruben Neves, and Wolves have estimated about 100 million. So I wouldn't even touch him.
I'd love. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Is
100
that
mil.
what they
Yeah,
said?
they want 100 mil for him. So I would not go there.
What happens if he like puts in a plea of like, let me go this summer? Sometimes that does happen and it does drop the price. But I understand, like, you wouldn't want to pay anything more than 50 million, would you?
I'd pay 60 at tops for Ruben Neves, because I understand that they want him to go for a little bit more because he's their crucial player and he has helped him before get into Europe and get into the top half of the table. He's been a big part of that. However, what has he won to warrant being that price tag? He hasn't, as a footballer, he hasn't won anything.
No, I know, but I think
he shouldn't be at that price tag, and that's the same with Declan Rice for 120
but they all
mil.
do it. He's 100. They were asking for 150 mil for Declan Rice.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they do that. They know, everybody knows they're not. That's because that basically means don't touch. We've got him in our plans for next season. He's not actually going to be that. When he gets down to his last year, it will drop.
It'll drop massively.
Would you take Jimenez from Wolves? I do like the player. I'm not sure whether he would fit and he would be good enough, but he is a great player, and I see a lot of potential in him. I know he had that horrific injury to his skull, but he made a really good comeback when he came back for Wolves. So I don't know. We have been linked with him in the past, so I don't know. What's your thoughts?
I do like Jimenez. I think he's if that was about 3 seasons ago and said, would you take Jimenez? I'd be like, yes, bring him to me, please. But I just think that the way he has been since his injury, he hasn't been the same player for me since then. He isn't that 10, 15 season goal scorer what we have seen in the past, and he has missed quite a lot of sitters. And you'd worry, I know what's happened to him in the past, you'd worry about him in his corners, with him in the air. What would happen there to it? You'd have that worry of what is going on in terms of Jimenez.
Would we have that with Eriksen as well? That worry?
I suppose that you would have that worry, but you've seen that the difference is with Jimenez and Eriksen. Eriksen's come back to such great form, whereas Jimenez hasn't for me. So that's why I would worry a little bit more about Jimenez, and you want a player who is in great form. And for me, he's past his prime now, Jimenez, and we need to be a bit like Liverpool and Man City, who's finding players before they hit the prime. And that's where I would look at getting Christopher from Leipzig, or I would look at getting Martinez from Inter Milan. They would be 2 players who I personally get based off their age and based on what they're doing. I know Martinez will cost a lot of money from Inter Milan, but I think there's other options out there in terms of strikers. But if you asked me 3 seasons ago about Jimenez, I would have took him in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I really did admire him as a player. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how he does for Wolves. There is a player me and Marley were talking about the other day who always makes the international squad. He plays for Olympic Lyon. Everyone in Brazil raves about him. Paqueta, his name is. And I mean, I've seen him, but I hadn't really heard too much in the media about him or anything. But everybody in Brazil raves about him, and he does make the international squad all the time. And apparently he's 100% every single club he's been at. If you look at his stats and that, he does the job. And it's like sensible transfers, I think you were saying as well, not necessarily the people that are going to sell shirts, but the people that you can look at their stats and go, he's on par every single season at every single club he's been at. He's always improved, and that's always something to look in when you're doing transfers, to see if people are improving every year, especially if they're younger, like you said with Liverpool and the players they've been getting in before they really make the prime time. You know, they're going to be scary next season, even without Mane. I hate to say it. Rich Sport says hi all, big up. Realist says Torres said no interest in leaving Spain. So Martinez is a 2-way battle between Arsenal and Man United, but think he'll go to Man United, most likely, mate. Most likely. It does look that way. Does 4 clean sheets count? Um, it's up to you. Liverpool would win 3 over 3 years and claim a treble. Really says, I love Maisy already because I think we need a proper DM and not just all eggs in one basket. Very good comment. It's taken way too long. It really has, mate. Honestly, everybody else making moves and it seems to be very slow. That's not Ten Hag's fault, by the way, everybody. I like Ruben Neves, but 100 million is way too dear for me. Absolutely, in it, Maisie. 100 million, crazy. Taking the P. It is rich like Maisie, and I wouldn't pay more than 50 mil for him. All right, yeah, I get you. Yeah, he wouldn't pay more than 50 mil. Okay. So Maisie, we're nearly at the end here now. Everybody smash the like if you can, share, subscribe. It means so much. And like it says at the bottom, go check out Devils United, please, on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and help Maisie get to 2K. So, Maisie, what's on the agenda tonight? You are doing a live watch along for England.
Yeah, I've been doing watch alongs for the Women's Euros 2022. I've got England versus Norway tonight, and I am doing Spain versus Germany tomorrow.
It's going to be good tonight, definitely. I know there's a game on right now as well. It's Northern Ireland and Austria. And Austria winning 1-0. And it's actually, well, I only saw the first half, but it was really good. And I'm looking forward to tonight's game. It's on terrestrial TV, is that right? Just so everybody knows, like that it is on TV if you are in the UK.
Yes, it is on TV.
Right, cool. So yeah, it should be like BBC One, I guess. Yes. If you are in the UK, if you're not, then I'm pretty sure you'll find it somewhere on a sporting channel. We got a newcomer in here on the comments. King say, big up Maisy and Matt. Big up King. Loving the logo as well, mate. I love that crown, mate. Yeah, so you're on with Talk tonight, yeah?
Yes, Talk MU.
Talk MU. It's going to be good. Go check out. What time are you starting, Maisy, so everybody knows?
I'm starting at 7:45, so 15 minutes before kickoff, just so we can discuss about the lineup.
Brilliant. I'll be there. I'll be in the comments. Everybody come and say hello as well. Let's get all the likes up on that show as well. Maisy, thank you so much for coming on. It was really nice to let everybody hear your experiences of starting your channel and you supporting Man United and all the memorable times that you've had as a Man United fan. And I'm sure there are many more to come. I think one more question for you, though, Maisy, seeing as the Euros are on. And you can say it simply or you can make it as detailed as you like. Will England win the Euros?
I think England have such a strong chance of winning the Euros. I think if we're going to win the Euros, it will be with this team, in my opinion. The manager who we've got, she won the Euros last time it came on with the Netherlands. She's such a great manager. She's had 15 games with us. She's only lost 2 games. She's only only conceded 3 goals in 15 games and scored over 80 goals. That is the kind of manager she is. I think she has got the team well balanced in terms of experience, youth, players on form. I think she's got all that balanced. I think she's absolutely outstanding. She knows what she wants from her players. She knows what kind of play she wants. And the good thing is, what I like about her in particular, she will change things up depending on who you're playing against. So we've seen a 4-2-3-1 in the last game against Austria. It wouldn't surprise me if she goes with a back 3 or she'll go with a 4-3-3. That's what she does. She'll mix it up depending on who you're playing against. That's the kind of manager she is. I don't, you can see she doesn't have them favourites. Like, I don't know. A lot of people would have heard of Steph Horton. She's been in the England squad since like 2009, 2010. And the way that Serena just dropped her, because she said, no, she's not coming to the Euros. No, I want these players instead. It shows how strong-minded and how strong-willed she is and that she wants to do well with this England squad. She's already won us a trophy. I know it's not a trophy where you say, oh, look at us, we've won this trophy, but it's the Arnold Clark Cup, and that was the first ever time that trophy came alive. and she won it. So we're the history holders of the Arnold Clark Cup, so the first ever winners of that cup, and it just shows the mentality she really does have.
Yeah, she's a great tactician, and like you say, I think the balance that she's got as well. She's got youngsters coming through, making their first ever appearance for England at a major tournament as well. So it's good to see that there's a balance. Everybody, please do check that out tonight. And if you don't want to listen to the commentary while you're watching, go to Maisy at Devils United. In fact, King say there's a good guy there. Thanks, Matt. Good luck with your new channel, Maisy. I will subscribe to it. Yes, go check it out. Devils United. Go check it out, please, everybody. Smash the subscribe and check her out tonight. Maisy and Talk 7:45. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put you on solo now, and you can let everybody know where to find you, because I know there's more than just the one place, isn't there, Maisy?
Oh, you know you love putting me on solo, don't you there, Matt? You can find me on my YouTube channel, Devils United. Do Manchester United content for both the men and the women's football. And my Twitter as well is @2_MUSC Maze. Thanks so much, Matt, for having me on. It's been great.
Brilliant. Thank you, Maisy. Brilliant. Sorry, I'm just trying to put your banner down. There we go. Yes, please go check out Devils United. I'll say it once again, 7:45 tonight. Talk and Maisy are on watching the England game. So go support, and we'll see you again tomorrow for the transfer zone. I got a few guests coming on, so it'll be interesting. We're going to talk about transfers, not just for Premier League clubs, but all over the world, because we are definitely talking about a lot of Brazilian players trying to make their way over to Europe. So tune in tomorrow around about 7 p.m. Until then, people, have a brilliant rest of your day wherever you are in the world, and yeah, enjoy. Take care, everybody.